Question 2 says find the LCM and HCF of the following pair of integers and verify that LCM into HCF equals to product of two numbers. So this result we have already studied in example number 2 before. Okay, now let's come to the first question. We have 29 and 91. Now 29 is a prime number, so its prime factorization is 29 only, and 91 is 7 into 13. Okay, so HCF, as we know, is the product of the smallest power of each common prime factor. Now, there is no prime number which is common in the factorization of 29 and 91. So, we get the HCF as 1 because no other number other than 1 is common amongst 29 and 91. And LCM is product of the greatest power of each prime factor. So the product of greatest power of each prime factor 29, greatest power is 1, then 7 into 13. So the result comes out to be 2639. Okay, now the second part of the question is we have to verify that LCM into HCF equals to product of the two numbers. So let's find out LCM into HCF here is 2639 into 1 which is equals to 2639. And let's multiply both the numbers 29 into 91. If we multiply we get the same number 2639. So therefore LCM and HCF equals to the product of the two numbers. This result holds. Now let's come to question number 2. 510 and 92. If we find the prime factorization of 510, what do we get? Let's divide by 3, we get 170. If we divide by 17, we get 10, 2, 5, 5, 1. So we get 2 into 3 into 5 into 17. And for the prime factorization of 92, let's divide by 2, we get 46. If divide by 2, we get 23. 23 is a prime number. So 92's prime factorization is 2 into 2 into 23, which is equals to 2 square into 23. Now let's find the HCF. HCF is the, let's see what's the common prime factor. Common prime factor here is amongst this and this is 2, and the smallest power. So smallest among 2 to the power 1 and 2 to the power 2 is 2 to the power 1. So the HCF is 2. Now let's come to the LCM. LCM is the greatest power of each prime factor, product of the greatest power of each prime factor. Okay, so we have 2 square into 3 into 5 into 17 into 23. Okay, so if we find the multiplication of all these numbers, we get 23460. Now let's check if this result holds. LCM into HCF equals to product of the two numbers. So here LCM into HCF is 23460 into 2, which equals to 46920. And if we multiply the two numbers 510 into 92, we again get the same number. Okay, so from here we can say the LCM and HCF of the two numbers is equals to 510 into 92. Now let's come to the third part of the question. 336 and 54. Now let's do the prime factorization of 336. We have, if we divide by 3, we get 112. Then by 2, we get 56. Again by 2, we get 28. Again by 2, we get 14. Again by 2, we get 7. Then divide by 7, we get 1. Okay, so 336 can be written as 2 comes 4 times, right? So 2 to the power 4, 1 time 3, 3 to the power 1, and 7 to the power 1, right? Now let's find the prime factors of 54. They are 2. Let's divide by 2, we get 27. If we divide by 3, we get 9. If we divide by 3, we get 3. Again by 3, we get 1. So 54 can be written as 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 3. Now let's come to the HCF. HCF is the product of the smallest power of each common prime factor. Now, what is common prime factors among these two numbers? It is 2 and 3, and the smallest power here amongst these two we have 2 to the power 1, and amongst these two we have 3 to the power 1. So the HCF is 6. Now let's come to the LCM. LCM is the product of greatest power of each prime factor. So each prime factor over here is 2. We have 2, 3 and 7. And the greatest power amongst these two is 2 to the power 4. And greatest among 3 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 3 is 3 to the power 3. And 7 is available in only the prime factorization of 336 and not in the prime factorization of 54. So we have 7 to the power 1. Okay, so this can be written as 3024. Okay, so now let's check this result. LCM into HCF equals to product of the two numbers. So LCM into HCF equals to 3024 into 6. So here we get 18,144. And if we multiply the two numbers, 336 and 54, we again get the same number. So from here we can say that LCM into HCF equals to product of the two numbers. So this result holds again. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. If you have any queries, please leave them down in the comment section below.